Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a really great start to your Monday morning, and I hope your day is going really well to start. So we'll go ahead and go through a 30-minute practice today, and the focus that I want you to think about is grounding yourself into your week. So a lot of times we come from the weekend and we have a lot of things going on. We're moving into the week and thinking about our agenda. But if we take the time right now to focus on the present moment, our mind and our ideas will be open to the week. So we'll go ahead and start on our knees. We're not going to be on our knees too long. If this is uncomfortable for you, then go ahead and be seated on your booty. And then as you ground into your sit bones, let go of any distractions that might be happening around you. We'll close the eyes and start to tune into our breath. I want you to feel the sit bones really nice and heavy onto whatever surface that you're sitting on. And there you go, Bella. Go ahead. It's okay, girl. Ground your sit bones to whatever surface that you're sitting on and grow nice and tall through the spine. And get nice and long through the back of the neck too. Tuck the chin slightly so that you feel the length through the neck. And as you close the eyes, seal the lips, and bring a smile to your face as you start to breathe deeply in and out of the nose. And we'll just take 3 breaths here to ourselves, arriving in our practice. And after your last exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart. Keep the eyes closed to keep your focus directed inward. And as you feel the thumbs connect with the heart, take this moment to create an intention for your day and week. So an intention can be a focus. Maybe as you get distracted, you come back to a word. It might be balance. It might be motivation. Think about what you need a little bit more in your life. Maybe it's just to remind yourself to be happy about where you are in this moment and not worry about things that you don't have. So as we all take this next breath to connect to our intention, keep the lips sealed and the eyes closed. And then put a smile back on your face, blink the eyes open. And then we're going to go ahead and roll over onto our hands and knees just for a moment and tap the tops of the feet out just so you can wake back up the ankles and the shins. And then root the palms into the floor. Walk the hands just a little bit above the shoulders. Tuck the toes and lift the sit bones up and come right into downward facing dog. So as you do this, you want to root the palms down and press the floor forward. At the same time, feel the heart coming closer towards the front of the thighs and the sit bones lifting up towards the ceiling. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more breath. And then bend the knees, look forward. Slowly begin to walk the hands or the feet behind the hands and come into a forward fold. Have the feet hip-width distance apart. Then I want you to roll the weight into the toes, grab onto opposite elbows, and then let the torso hang. You'll tuck the chin here and feel the top of the head pointing down towards the floor. If this is a little bit tight for the hamstrings and the hips, put a little bend in the knees until the backs of the legs start to open up. You can even sway from side to side if that feels good. But again, think about tucking the chin and the weight rolling into the toes. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then we'll release the fingertips down to the floor. On your next inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Reach the crown of the head forward with the chin tucked. As you exhale, bring the navel to the spine and hinge forward. Let's do that one more time with a flat back. Inhale, you can keep the fingertips on the earth or bring the hands to the shins. Reach the crown forward, nice flat back. Exhale to fold forward. This time, put a big bend in the knees. Arms come out to a V, and then inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are going to touch overhead. Look at the thumbs, and then when you exhale, pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes here. Have the feet hip-width distance apart, and then with the eyes closed, breathe back into your intention. Take a big, deep breath in, and a full breath out. Blink the eyes open. Release the hands down to the sides of the body. This is mountain pose. As you root into the feet, lift up through the heart. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back, but feel the shoulder blades pointing down towards the sit bones. And then be careful not to jet the front of the ribs out. Tuck them into the body. As you point the fingers down, root the feet into the floor. Kneecaps are lifting up the legs, and then grow tall through the spine. The back of the neck is long, and so this you can help by tucking the chin just slightly, not too much, but just a slight tuck of the chin. On the next inhale, bring the arms out to a V, palms touch overhead. Exhale to hinge forward. We're just going to do a half sun salutation. Go all the way down. Inhale, bring the hands back to the shins, crown reaches forward. Exhale, navel to spine, fold over the thighs. Inhale to rise, arms out to a V, palms touch overhead. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, out and up. Look at the thumbs as they touch. Exhale to lead with the heart, dive over the thighs. Inhale, hands come to the shins or onto the floor, but have a flat back, crown reaches forward. Exhale to fold over the thighs. Bend in the knees, inhale to rise. Palms touch overhead. Exhale to bring the hands to the heart. This time as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms up, but sit back into chair pose. Bend the knees, and almost like you're trying to sit back into an imaginary chair, can you drop the glutes down? Keep reaching the fingertips forward. Take another big, deep breath in to sit a little bit lower. Feel the arms right next to the ears. And then as you exhale, let's fold forward over the thighs. Bring the feet hip-width distance apart, so widen the feet just a little bit. Bring the hands together behind the back. Have the right thumb on top. Extend the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Pull the navel to the spine. So you can put a little bend in the knees if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good to extend the fingertips up to the earth, then just rest the palms on the low back. And then wherever you are, we're still pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And can you roll a little bit more weight into the toes? Wherever you choose to be, take a full cycle of breath here. And release the fingertips all the way down to the floor. Bend in the knees as you inhale, come back into your chair pose. Sit nice and deep. Feel the arms right alongside the ears. Reach the fingertips up, but rotate the pinkies towards one another. Take another big, deep breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward all the way down over the thighs. Hands come behind the back. Left thumb is interlaced on top. Extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable. Roll the weight into the toes. Navel comes to the spine. Take a full cycle of breath here. Release the fingertips all the way down to the floor. Inhale to rise back into chair pose. Extend the fingertips up. Take another big breath in. This time as you exhale, hinge all the way forward. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, navel to spine, fold forward. Bend the knees, plant the palms. Find plank pose or a high push-up position. Rotate the weight, in between the pointer finger and thumb. And then you're going to press the earth away. Find a slight spread of the shoulder blades, but don't have the booty lifting up and don't dip the hips. Nice straight line of energy. As you reach the crown forward, reach the heels back. Take another full cycle of breath here. And then notice, are you slumping into the heart? Can you press the earth away and find that rebounding action? Take one more full breath here. And then I want you to rock the shoulders past the wrists. As you exhale, lower as slowly as you can all the way to the front side of the body. Untuck the toes and then come up into a baby cobra. So zipper the feet together, roll the shoulder blades down the back. On the next inhale, lift through the back of the head. Keep hugging the elbows close to the body. Press the tops of the feet into the floor and reach the toes back. Take another breath in with a long neck. And then exhale to release. Inhale to tuck the toes. Keep the arms in line with the chest. And then on your next exhale, you're going to press up with or without the knees into plank pose and then into downward facing dog. Find a full cycle of breath here as you find your stability. Take one more breath. Bend the knees, look forward, walk the feet to the back of the hands. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, flat back, reach the crown forward. Exhale to forward fold. Arms out to a V, inhale to rise, palms touch overhead. Exhale to pull the hands to the heart. Close the eyes here, and then just notice how the body is starting to feel. Are you making that switch from looking out to looking in? Take one more full breath here. And then you'll blink the eyes open if the eyes are closed. On your inhale, bring the arms out to a V. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch. As you exhale, lead with the heart. Dive over the thighs. Inhale, flat back, hands to the shins. Reach the crown forward. Exhale to forward fold. Navel comes to the spine. Bend the knees. Step back into high plank pose. Reach the crown of the head forward. Take a full breath in with this nice straight long body. And then use the exhale to pull the hips up into downward facing dog. Give your head a few shakes, no. And give your head a few shakes, yes. Take a full cycle of breath. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Look forward, plant the foot between the palms. I want you to rotate the back heel down. So if you drew a line, the front heel would intersect with the back heel or the back arch. With the left arm, windmill up into warrior two. Sink into the front knee, but don't let the knee go past the ankle. Adjust your stance if you need to. Feel the fingertips moving away from each other in opposite directions. And then as you sink into that front knee, feel the left glute scoop underneath the hip. That's going to help that right knee point towards the middle toe. Extend the fingertips away, soften the shoulders, and then you're opening the heart up to the wide side of a mat if you were standing on one. Take one more full breath here. Straighten through the front right leg. Keep pressing the ball of the right toe into the mat. On your next inhale, hinge forward at the hips. When you exhale, you're going to bring the right hand down to the shin, bring the left hand up to the ceiling. As over time, as this feels comfortable, you can start to walk the hand down, and then maybe it comes down to the floor. You still want to keep rotating the bottom ribs, the right side of the ribs, up towards the ceiling. And again, root the ball of the right big toe into the floor. The outer edge of the left foot is sealed to the floor as well. Take another breath here and think about this being a side stretch, not necessarily a forward bend, but a lateral stretch along the left side of the torso. One more full cycle of breath here, maybe adding a smile to your face. And then I want you to bring the left hand to the hip, look down to the right foot, put a bend back in the right knee. And then when you're ready, come back into Warrior Two, extend the fingertips away from one another, straighten through that front leg, and then I want you to rotate both feet so that they are parallel to the sides of a mat if you are on one. Inhale to lift up and out of the heart. When you exhale with a flat back, hinge forward. Release the hands right underneath the shoulders and then come forward. You're still rolling the weight into the toes, but feel the heart come closer towards the thighs. You can start to walk the hands in line with the feet. Feel the outer edges of both feet sealed to the mat so you're not dumping the weight into the inner ankle. Once you find that place where you can settle, take a full breath in stillness. And then bring the hands to the hips, engage the core, bring the navel to the spine, tuck the chin. On your next inhale with a flat back, rise all the way up. Wait for your exhale. And then I want you to rotate the left toes now to the back, sink into that front knee, angle the right toes up to the front corner, open the arms out to a T so we're on the opposite side. Scoop this left glute underneath the body. And as you open up the arms to a T, can you open the chest out wide as well? Gaze over the front left middle finger. Take a full cycle of breath. Sink a little bit deeper. Make sure that the knee doesn't go past the ankle, and feel this back leg rotating to the back so you're really sealing the foot to the floor. One more full cycle. And then let's straighten through the left leg. Press the ball of the left toe into the floor. On your next inhale, hinge forward. Use the exhale to bring the left hand down to the shin. The right hand can extend up to the ceiling. You can always bring the right hand to the hip too if it's a little bit much for it to be extended. And then over time, you can start to walk the left hand down the leg. Eventually, maybe it will find the floor. Rotate the left ribs up to the ceiling. And feel now this stretch along the right side of the torso. Keep sealing the outer edge of the back foot to the floor. Rotate the ball of the left foot to the floor as well. Take a full cycle of breath here to settle. Take one more full breath. And then let's bring the right hand down to the hip. Look down to the left foot and put a bend in the left knee. On your next inhale, come back up into Warrior Two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Take a full cycle of breath, growing tall through the spine. And then straighten through the left leg. Hands come to the hips. Rotate the feet back to where the heels are in line with the toes and the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Inhale to lift up and out of the spine. As you exhale, we're going to hinge back forward. This time, release the hands. Walk the fingertips over towards the right foot. You can grab for the ankle. And then as you reach for the foot, see if you can pull the heart closer towards that right thigh. And then rotate the left ribs like you're trying to rotate them up to the ceiling. Take a full breath once you find your pose. And then we'll come back to center. Walk the hands over towards the left foot now. Reach for the ankle. See if you can corkscrew the right ribs up to the ceiling now. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then notice how this side of the body might feel a little bit different. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Use your next inhale to walk the hands back into center. And then we're going to continue to walk all the way forward, come into a lunge on the right side. Ground the palms into the floor, step the right foot back next to the left for plank pose. Reach the heart forward, extend the heels back, and bring the navel to the spine to help protect the low back. Take one more full cycle of breath here in, and a full exhale out. Take one more breath in, and then use the exhale to lift the hips, come into downward facing dog. Reach the tailbone as high to the ceiling as possible. Bring the heart closer to the front of the thighs. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Look forward and begin to walk your feet towards the back of the hands. On your inhale, rise up, bring the hands to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, navel to spine, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms out to a V. Inhale to rise, palms touch overhead. Exhale to pull the hands down to the heart. Close the eyes, release the hands to the sides of the body, find mountain pose. Both of the legs are engaged, so the kneecaps are lifting up the thighs. Heels are rooting into the floor, but see if you can find a light lift through the center of the chest, the heart. Take a full cycle of breath here to settle. And then we'll blink the eyes open. Bring the hands to the hips. So we're going to come into tree pose, a balancing pose. If you need a little bit of help, you might want to walk to a wall or a chair. Bring the weight into the right foot. Start with a kickstand on the left foot. So you'll just bring the left heel to the right ankle. And then as you feel grounded, I want you to keep lifting that right kneecap up the leg to firm the right thigh. And then now find something in front of you that is not moving. So maybe look onto the floor or the wall, maybe 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Now, as you start to lift up through the heart, can you walk the left foot up the right thigh? I just don't want it to land on the knee because that will hurt the knee joint over time. So above or below the knee. You can even help it up into the groin. And as you press the right foot or the left foot into the right thigh, can you press the thigh back into the foot? Lift up through the heart. Keep the core engaged by pulling the navel to the spine. And then hands can be at the heart, or you can even extend them up to the ceiling like branches of a tree. Anything that feels good here to hold your balance. And then once you find that spot that you can stay focused in, keep focusing on your drishti, that focal point, and then take 2 big, deep breaths. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. Bring the hands down to the heart and then release the left foot down to the floor. Close the eyes here just for a moment and release the hands into mountain pose and just notice the difference of the thighs. Can you feel more tightness, more strength and stability in that right thigh? And then with the eyes closed, start to bring the weight into the left leg. Blink the eyes open, find your drishti, your focal point, and start to make a kickstand now with the right heel. Ground into the left leg, left kneecap lifts up the thigh. And then when you're ready, you can start to walk that right foot up the left thigh. Maybe you help the right foot into the inner groin. As you press, or into the inner thigh, as you press the foot into the thigh, can you press the thigh back into the foot so you have this equal opposition pressing into the thigh. Hands can stay at the hips, you can bring them to the heart, or then maybe you extend them up to the ceiling. So find that dristi, that focal point that isn't moving. Once you find your stability, see if you can soften for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the hands to the heart. Bring the right knee in front of you and release the foot to the floor. Close the eyes here, release the hands to the sides of the body, find mountain pose once again. Now can you feel the balance and stability that you have brought into both legs? Feel the feet grounding into the floor, but a lightness as you lift through the center of the chest. Feel the heart lifting towards the chin. Blink the eyes open, hands come to the hips, widen the feet, and then I want you to bring the toes out and the heels in. Take a big, deep inhale to lift up and grow tall through the spine. Now as you exhale, we're going to hinge, come all the way down. So if this is too much, if you have the heels lifted, totally fine. You can always put a pillow underneath the heels, and that might help you feel a little bit more grounded. It also helps to widen the feet, so then that way you have a nice supported base. And then I want you to feel the knees opening up towards the pinky side toe. Bring the hands together at the heart, and you can use this as leverage. So as you press the palms together, you can help the knees widen by pressing the elbows into the knees. And then drop the sit bones down. Feel the weight in the outer edges of the feet, so you want to protect the inner ankle. And then as you drop the sit bones, can you lift up through the heart, grow nice and tall through the spine, and then close the eyes here. We'll take 2 breaths. Big inhale in, full exhale out. Soften through the hips a little bit more. Take another inhale and a full exhale. Blink the eyes open if they're not. And then you're going to very gently straighten through the legs, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Point the toes forward. You can even sway from side to side. Wiggle the booty out a little bit. And then come down into a child's pose. Bring the shins back onto the floor as we started. Bring the sit bones onto the heels. But this time I want you to extend the forehead down to the floor. Extend the fingertips forward. Now as you root the palms into the floor, feel the sit bones pressing back towards the heels. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath. And then blink the eyes open. Come all the way up onto your shins. Find hero's pose. If that's too much to have the sit bones stacked onto the heels, then you can always come into a comfortable seated position onto the booty. Lift up through the heart. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. Take a full cycle of breath here. Eyes are closed. Turn all of your focus inward now. And then come down onto the sit bones. Extend the legs out in front of you. Rock the sit bones from side to side and have the feet together. If that doesn't feel good for the hips, then you can widen the feet just a little bit. And then you'll extend the heart out and up. And then when you exhale, I want you to hinge forward. You can grab onto the shins, you can grab onto the ankles or the sides of the feet. Reach the heart forward, tuck the chin, and keep both of the feet flexed. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs, even the back of the torso. Take one more breath. See if you can reach the heart a little bit closer towards the toes. Tuck the chin. Slowly begin to rise up, stacking the spine. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then you'll place the thumbs in the arches of the feet. Lift up through the spine. Pull the shoulder blades together. Now, as you exhale, I want you to hinge forward. Again, the elbows can go into the thighs, and this will help give you a little bit more space into the inner thigh. And then with a flat back, pull the shoulder blades together. See if you can bring the heart, think about bringing the heart towards the toes instead of the nose down. Take another full breath to settle. Keep the eyes closed. Rise up, stack the spine. Find a comfortable seated position, maybe crossing the legs. And then with the eyes closed, bring the hands together back in front of the heart. Feel the sit bones grounding into the surface that you're sitting on. Feel the thumbs connecting to your heart. And grow a little bit taller so you feel the crown of the head reaching to the sky. Big, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And take this last breath to remember your intention, your focus for the day. Then we'll blink the eyes open. Namaste. I thank you guys for your practice. You know, and practicing at home, we're always practicing with distractions. And so I purposely have my dogs in here because we have to figure out a way to stay grounded through our practice, even when we have these distractions of them scratching and licking and shaking. And so if we can do that on the mat when we're in our practice, then we're able to take that focus off the mat and be more present in our day and more grounded. So I hope you're able to take some of these tools that you have created by being present with your breath, by focusing on your body. I hope you take that practice with you into the rest of your day and week. I hope to see you on Wednesday for your practice. It's only 30 minutes to get the body moving, to become present. And again, thanks for your support. Have a really great day and a really great week.